Okay, welcome to another Suggest a Sketch live draw. Try to look at the camera, maybe, and then the screens. Let me type a message. Welcome. Come on in, say hi, get going in a minute here. Making sure everything is off. Cool. Okay, let's see. Water, I have coffee. A lot of times I just do characters you know or somebody else's character, and today, rarely, I'm going to do one of my own characters. I was going to do Captain Hook and the Alligator, which would be neat, but however, I am going to do one of my characters, start as a Halloween costume. Um, Captain Shortbeard. Anybody who doesn't know me personally or sees me on video and that's it, I am not a tall dude. I'm 5'4", um, and so my character, Captain Shortbeard, he's the captain of the USS Compensator, or HMS Compensator, whatever navy you want to belong to. Um, so he's a cartoon character. He's a Halloween costume, and we'll see if we can sketch him up. I do have an idea. Let's see. How am I going to do this? And this. Based on, I kind of want. Sketch it out. These boats are hard. Um, boats are very, to me, difficult to draw. Just really dumb shapes. It's just no right lines. There's no getting around it. Yeah, so kind of have to, and without modeling, I think if I were to do this a lot, I would throw some basic shapes into Blender, and kind of go from there. And at least I could get some semblance of shape there, but this is a quick shape, or a quick. It's going to throw me off. So, my idea is to have Captain Shortbeard on a dinghy, and have him kind of balancing on the dinghy, um, with, or instead of a alligator after him, I'm going to have a octopus, because anybody who knows me, that's my spirit animal, octopus. And yeah, I'm going to start there, kind of bringing it into the water. I'm going to change all the angles here. Just oops. Yeah, I guess we'll save it. 2026 dot 08. Can't believe it's the 19th. Oof. 19th. Captain Also, this is kind of what I've been working on the last day or so. This is going to be a poster for Steve Coffin, who this is his comic Held His Horns. I think I have a title here somewhere. Yeah. And basically, just chaotic scene. All the ladies on the Jeep with everything being thrown at them, even the kitchen sink, even having the book thrown at them. Just goofy and fun. So yeah, this is where I did the individual paintings. So yeah, that's on the board today. But for now, let's switch colors for a moment. And let's see. All right. So yeah, let me know how things look and sound if you could. I am looking at some uh, uh, reference of Captain Hook because that's what gave me the idea of this. Um, so I need to kind of have he's going to be looking down. That I really haven't drawn this character much. All I know is it's going to be frightened. Let's look. Yeah, I guess we'll just block in a short beard here. Actually, we'll put it on a different layer. Okay. It's going to be kind of straddling. He's a very short character, so let's kind of let him. He's feisty, so he's going to be more. Here. This one is going to be maybe ready to take a whack at the sea monster serpent octopus here. Let's get a bit girthy. I'll give him some. And well back like this. Here. This one's more dynamic this way. I think he should have the oar. His hat. One of the key. I'll write down some of the prompts that I'm going to use. One of the key factors in this character is Captain Shortbeard, because he's got an enormous hat. Let's see, I'm going to give you a preview of, let's see if I can do this here. So, this is some of my studio, and that giant hat in the corner is my prop. The eyes light up. That is the prop I made for my costume with Captain Shortbeard. So he's got a ginormous hat. Let's see if I can get my camera back to looking at me. Cool. Okay, so that's the character, Captain Shortbeard. So he's got this enormous hat. It is at least the size of his body. And I think originally, of course, the inspiration was um, Yosemite Sam for the size and things like that. That just ornery. So everything he has, that ornery personality, is much bigger than he is. Short guy syndrome type thing. So his sword's bigger than he is. His jacket is going to be flowing and back, and yeah. So when he walks around, his jacket's of course too big for him. So the reason the boat is down, kind of. All right, sound effects. Remember, have to make them, or you're not a real artist. I don't want that hand there, so I can show you where the sword. This completely unhinged size. Let's build perspective. So there's the perspective on it. Something like that. Skeleton. His hat is actually cursed, so the skeleton on the hat actually speaks to him. Cool. All right, so kind of where I want it. I might actually even have this leg. Back in maybe. There's the weight. I want maybe one leg up in the air. Right. Anyways, we'll stop there for a second on this. These boots there. We'll start adding our antagonist, Mr. Let's see, I have some reference photos of my octopus. And let's see. So we'll make it less octopusy and more sea monstery, I think. He's going to have a big mouth. So more kraken. And then let's see. Nice. And of course, his arms are coming across. And the cool thing when you're doing tentacles is they're very awesome to volumize. So it can follow the shape of the boat, which will help with that. Let's see. This one here crosses, I think. And let's see, and if the water is like that, let's see. Yeah, I think one of the tentacles will be up towards him. And the neat thing about, again, this is I can hide beginning and ending of these tentacles underwater if I want. So that's here. I'll be reaching this. Cool. Of course, we'll have to put in some rocks. This. Cool. He's gonna have all kinds of rows of teeth. Do that. Yes. Again, I'm getting some shapes down here. Keep it very cartoony. Cool. Alright, let's see what we got here. What's this? Okay. Cool. So I'm playing with some captions right now. Cool. Okay. So I think composition-wise, this is going to work pretty well. Nice. Right. Switch a little bit. Water. All kinds of rocks, like he's in a cove. Okay. Here. Cool. Cool. Move here. That. And some spikies on his head. Yes. Cool. back to our brave captain. Such a brave captain. I think he's going to want this. Well, that would be fun. So again, it's just all exploring for a bit. And these are a little bit faster than normal, so I'll move on to clean up a little bit quicker than I normally would. He's got big, bushy eyebrows like I do. This. So, there's the octopus here, kraken, what have you. Here. And yeah, this whole arm to relocate this. Oops. Wow, that didn't work. Huh. Let's start a different layer. Alright, so this Alright, let's see how this arm here, but I want it here. So we've got his stubby fingers here. That's cool. Change that up a bit. And there's my dog. One of my dogs. They're not happy about being locked outside. Alright, so part of me likes the pose, and the other part of me wants it to be going more that way, a little bit more dynamic. So, not the whole thing, but I want his head back here. Oops. And I keep doing that. Here. Cool. He's going to be looking back a bit more. That. And I'll start changing this. His the underside of it. So doing this so I can get my perspective giblets. So looking back more at his chin. This. Yeah, that'll be better. That should be a bit better. This leg is there. This one is squarely underneath him now. This. Okay, get more comfortable. Yeah. And this. It's tough to get that perspective I want. And this volumize that so I know what I'm doing. Yes. That's back here. Yes. That jacket. Out. And again, the exaggeration on this character, and I'm talking through this a lot for myself as well, because I haven't drawn and fleshed out this character illustrated-wise. I've done a few of him, but I do want to expand this character more. So when it comes to his features and clothing, because he's such a dichotomy of shapes, he's tiny stature, so big hat, big coat, big gloves. So everything seems to just be a bit oversized. Cool. All right. I think that will be better. So I get the nose down. Okay. Let's check some messages. Computer silenced, right? Good. Oh, chance. Maybe I'll put a rabbit bunny's fighting a zombie in this too. Thanks for suggesting. I did not see that one in time. However, we will make it all work. Alright, so let's see. Choose him a bit. So, new layer. This. And eyebrows. I don't want nostrils on the character. So, now like that. There's the beard. I think one of the things that I've been doing better the last couple of months is after my burnout, which was the most severe in my 35 year 35-year career of doing art, and take a couple of months off the first time ever and just let myself be burnt out on art. And it was so hard. I'm just trying to get the it's got a big nose. Whatever. So the thing I think I've been doing better is I'm not rushing any of my art. I just, especially with some personal projects, I am not at all trying to power my way through them. Taking the time that I have and really trying to push myself to make things just, again, we're all trying to just, as artists, level up and learn. And I've done much better in the last month or two of doing that. Still not as angled back as I want. But I'm gonna use this. Cool. Do coloring. Shade that a little bit. Cool. Let's see. That. Cool. Alright, so it is. I haven't, Dee Dee, if you're still on, I have not done the gargoyles. I'll have to do that. That would be great for background and moodiness as well. Alright, let's see where we are here. Cool. Alright. So, drawing this, through this. That's right. There. This one is just a bit too short. Cool. Okay. And here. And glove here. Okay, here. That. Cool. Let's see. Let's see. That is not quite big enough. So let's. See. And, cool. All right, moving on. I'm lost in thoughts, and thanks for bearing with me. So again, huge sword. Huge ego on this little guy. And glove. Out there for now. Oh, sweet, Steve. Awesome. Yeah, I've been super enjoying painting and working on your characters. Let's check this. Yeah. Refresh that. Cool. Cool. All right. What time? Got. How much time are we in? How much time are we in? I'm kind of just lollygagging today. We're about 40 minutes in. Cool. All right. Yeah, I think if you took a really angry Captain Crunch, um, yeah, kind of a mashup between Captain Crunch and um, what's his name? Um, oh man, Yosemite Sam. There we go. I can talk today. Brain is not all there. However, Cool. Face that up much better. Cool. Maybe see a little bit of his bald head. Just a maybe. Cool. Alright, so now if we take our octopus here, and start moving here, and that is my very annoying puppy. She's not used to being just locked out of the house, but she was naughty. She eats just about everything. I'm not watching and paying direct attention to her. Alright, so some suction cups here. Got his boot. Here. Cool. Alright, so add another layer below. That's fine. Maybe. Front this. That. Get some top here. Cool. Again, super easy perspective. This. Minimize it to help see. I'm not sure if I like it. I like that one better. Oops. Alright. Puppy wants to have any attention whatsoever. She is definitely still a bit needy. Let's see if I can follow more my original. That's probably why if I'm not using the same lines, then it gets messy. Draw a boat, I thought. That'd be fun. I'll draw many boats. Always looking to challenge myself, which is such a blessing and a curse. This part is dumped in the water. Okay. Yeah, boat needs to be slightly bigger. We have. Cool. I'm going to make everything bigger and smaller here. Okay, well, I'm taking a second, so bear with me, and I'm going to let them in. Okay, crisis averted. Let's get back to our diminutive pirate. I think the Kraken needs to be bigger. Something like that. Start new. Let's see how far we can get in the next 20 minutes or so. Much further if we use the right tools. Octopus features them. Yes. All kinds of scary looking teeth. Egg. Cool. All right. So there's my board. That. Give him some spikes like that. All right. Let's get back to. I don't want to do another layer. So this one. He is hauling the boat in. This is coming out of the water. Here. Cool. And the neat thing about this, again, is we'll use a cool water effect and transparency. Get some of this water and get things underwater. And I think it's going to be wrapped around his arm. Switch. Focus down. This one here. Yeah, that would be neat. Just again, everything that I do, illustration-wise, has to start with a story. Or I just don't, yeah. So, Mr. Shortbeard is obviously, because pirate, after a treasure. So, we need to make a focal point of the story here. And a rock, of course. And a cove. And some perspective. Seaweed and some chains. Some coins, jewels, maybe a cup, sword, of course, a jewel encrusted dagger, nice gold, glass pirates, plank. Again, here. And if I was really good at what I was doing, draw the mouth of a cave. Way back here. Maybe a oh, that's fine. Yeah. See, it's these little moments of clarity. Yeah, the crack, it needs to be way bigger. Now that this is going to be a full illustration. Yes. Broke this one off the roof. Cool. almost an hour in. My Kraken needs to be so much bigger. That's why I left him on a separate layer. Much bigger. This one. It's wrapping around the boat. Now I want to break up the boat. Cool. Yep, this one's going to turn into a full-blown. This is why I do these suggest the sketches, because you never know what it's going to spark. And this one has sparked. Again, I don't do a lot of art with my characters. I was just trying to get paid to do art, so I work on just about everybody else's and freelance. So it's not often that I'm doing my own art. So this feels good, and this one will be a very fun print, I think. Cool. Very cool. Okay, so let's see. We're at an hour. I'm going to resize this again, because now with this full illustration coming together, I have a slightly different idea. My boat. Come there. Yeah, this will be on. Cool. So we are. I like this, but that's going to go away. The Kraken is coming back. It's going to come in here. Two. This a bit. It's going to be a man. He's going to be holding the boat in the air. And he might be redesigning. What? We are giving him a makeover. Her a makeover. It a makeover. More. That's not what's here. There's a lot of sitting and looking. Yeah, Steve, good idea. Some floating. Steve suggested some floating material like rum and things like that in the background. I think that's a great idea. And so we're going to put these in here just so we don't forget. And make our mouth and cave back here. And water. Maybe some outside. And then foreground. Foreground. It's broken off. Cool. Now I just gotta rework this Kraken and go from there. I think I'm too stuck on a traditional looking, like using reference and actually hurting myself on something. So why not go full bore and make a very alien looking sea monster. Let's see. If all else fails, I had a new canvas. Maybe don't like that. Just coming at this the wrong way. Let's go there, lighten that, and a different layer. Like, make it actual beak. Okay. Squid. Let's maybe some teeth in here. Tongue wrapping around. Perspective. Okay. Do. Not sure. I do feel like it needs a face for menacing effect, but I feel like I'm definitely not doing it right. I think I might have some work to do on this one, so I am probably going to shut down for a bit because I'm going to get lost in the woods and I've already spent too much time on this one for now. So I am going to probably poke back at this later today because I need to finish a few things and yeah, maybe when I get a different version of this because I like the idea, I'll go back on live. So yeah, and thank you for joining me as I kind of warm up and sketch some stuff this morning. And yeah, we'll go from there. Thanks for everybody for awesome, um, some awesome time or some awesome suggestions. Oh man, maybe I'll keep going for a few minutes. I don't want to put this down yet. I want to figure out my. I want to figure this out. Let's maybe forget about the mouth. Forget about the mouth. Very octopus look. This is going to be more. So let's do this. Yeah, I think I was getting too hung up with the mouth. Wasn't Too many problems. Cool. Yeah. I believe that was my issue here. Going back to natural octopus here. Cool. Okay. That makes me feel better. I think I was trying to rely on the mouth for too much of the expression. Cool. Alright. See, I was ready to put it down for a while. And just keep pushing, trying to make myself better. There we go. Yes. Some spiky, cracking stuff. Yes. Alright. Yeah, I don't want to add a mouth. Stop trying to add a mouth. Of course, Steve. Yeah, I think I'm partially solved it, so I've got a couple more minutes now. And yeah, anytime you ever want to jump on, just let me know. Cool. Alright, so this is that the whole thing. What's that? Put that down here. And just like I always do, now I have way too many layers of sketching. That pull down from the ceiling. That tentacle. Cool. Yep, I think that is, yeah, that's gonna work. Volumize that. That's there. Volumize here. Cool. All kinds of models of rum and stuff. Yeah, I think, oh, yeah, I can make a smile over here. Good suggestion, Steve. Maybe under the tentacles. Like that. Ooh. So I don't want to go full. Oh, that's a good idea, Steve. Well done. Yeah, kind of like, what's his name from Pirates with the tentacle beard? I think that might be a good idea. There's that. Kind of want to make at the top of his head. It's here. Cool. Mm. Cool. Yep. Yep. Davy Jones. Well done. Yep. Gives him that a bit more cartoony, which what I was looking for. This eye. Back here. Yay. Much better. I think his head. Mm. Yeah, that's cool. Pretty big crack in the lip in this little cove, but I like it. Mm. Drawing bottles. Where's the rum gone? I think this is going to be breaking apart as well. This. Mm. I'm some distressed here. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Steve. Great suggestions. Much better. Alright, check these. Alright. I think I have enough to go on now for later. Now the question is do I make, I'll come on the other side as well, Steve. Yeah, I think I do. So yeah, now I feel like I can let this go for live. That's enough to make me feel happy. So again, thank you. And this time I will call it. I'm about an hour and 20 minutes in. So on to other things. And yeah, I think you're right, Steve. It's hitting on a few different levels and I like it. So yeah, thanks again for the suggestions. and Ethel Snuffleupagus. I should just make it into a Muppet. And we will see you guys next time. Appreciate it again. We'll talk to you soon.